the services as well. VoIP services like Aztec, Free Switch, Camelio, OpenSIP, OpenACR, or this ASTPP or A2 billing related or VCDL related custom development we do.
Nice. And
And we do, yeah.
so the app development on which, can you repeat again, which platforms?
Yeah, we do app development using WebRTC and SIP protocols, and we do that in a Flutter or React Native or in native. And the platforms are Android, iOS, Mac, Windows, and web.
Great. Okay. And so, what type of clientele do you have?
Yeah, so usually we connect the VoIP providers who are doing the either they are in B2C market where they are selling the voice services to their customers, or we are dealing with the telecom who want to provide their customer the applications using which they can make the international calls or at least local calls, but with the low rates. And
Wow.
also, apart from this voice calling, we do the end-to-end encrypted chat as well, where you can do the chat like a WhatsApp one-to-one chat, group chat, broadcast. You can do, you can send and receive the text message, photos, videos, file, location, and all. We integrate such kind of chat application, and also we integrate the SMS as well, using which customer can send and receive the SMS.
Hmm. Great. Okay. And what countries?
Uh, if we talk about the countries, we have provided these soft phones in USA, Canada, then Nigeria, Namibia, few Kingdom regions are there. In France also we provided. In Israel also in UAE we have provided, also in Finland. So we are having customer in different countries who are using our custom development services right now.
Cool. All right. And how do you do your relationships with your clients? Is it what's sort of like the scenarios that you have? In other words, you do development, support, ongoing, incremental developments. Do you work with a team? What if they have their own app? Um, oh, you're moving around quite a bit. I hear some. Well, did you understand?
So generally we work on project where we do the development. After completing the development, if it is a customization related project, we provide 2 months of free support.
Okay,
After delivering the product, we provide 2 months of free support, and after that, we are open to we are open to serve as like a paid support, where you can purchase the monthly support, or you can purchase the X number of hours as a support. Let's say you purchase 100 hours as a support, and you can utilize it anytime, whenever you want.
cool. Okay, and so can you explain the that you this is a like a team that you have? Are you is that right? Can you describe a little bit
Yes,
about the team?
yes, I'm having team of 28 engineers
Hmm.
who are expert in VoIP, WebRTC, mobile application development, React.js, and Node.js development. And
Hmm.
also, we are having people who work on the UI UX.
Hmm. So
So
that's
we
in
especially work on
addition.
the,
So some of those people do UI UX as well, or do you have separate from the?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Out of those 28, a few people do the UI UX as well.
Hmm.
They are specialized in doing the UI UX.
Nice. Okay. Uh, and well, all right. Uh, so I will. I guess so. The how do you get most of your clients? You have a decent website I saw, but we found you, and it's taken a little bit to go back and forth. But how do you? Just curious, how do you find, or how do most of your clients find you?
Mostly they find us through the website, our
Mm,
website, as well as few of our blogs are on the Medium on our website and all, which are trending on the search result. So generally they find us through the website and also through the LinkedIn.
mm, cool,
We reach out to them on LinkedIn, and also they generally search on reach out to us on our website.
gotcha. And so you're the CEO. I'm curious, what brought you into this? What got you interested or involved in this development and starting Sheerbit?
Yeah. So actually, since my beginning of my career, when I was doing the job, I have started with the VoIP development. I was doing the asterisk, free switch, Camelio, OpenShift related development, creating the servers, developing the dynamic IVR, developing the dynamic voice, developing the dynamic dial plans and all. That's what I was doing, and after that I got opportunity work on the mobile side as well as on the server side. When I was in Malaysia, I got
But
hired
so
in
you
one of
worked
the
for a
contract.
company in Malaysia that needed this?
Yes.
Yeah. So you were
And they
involved with
needed
the customer.
end-to-end, yeah, they needed end-to-end solution from me. The company name was M2 Bharat. They needed end-to-end solution, so I started on the Android
Mm,
iOS development along with the backend development.
hmm,
So I worked over there for 1.5 year, and after that I came back to India. And I thought, if I'm good at this,
hmm,
why don't I focus on that instead of doing the job? So I started finding the customers. I started reaching out to the customers on LinkedIn, and I found two good customers who
hmm,
were looking for that service, and they are still working with me since 2017, and keep
cool.
updating their application. Yeah, keep updating their features and all.
Hmm. So you started when in that company in Malaysia. You started with this. Was it 2015 or so?
I started this in 2018.
Hmm. No, no, that's when you started Sheerbit. But you started your experience in working with.
Okay, my experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, I started since 2011.
Oh wow. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good history. Yeah, it's good to. And how much has you seen it change? How much change has there been with the way that call flow and applications and VoIP? What have you seen there?
Yeah. So since I have started, a lot of thing has changed. I started with the SIP protocol because at that time people were not using the WebRTC much.
Hmm.
Nowadays, I can see that people prefer WebRTC over the SIP protocols.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So since last 3 years, we were doing the before last 3 years we were doing the SIP related applications, and after that we have done a lot of different library integration, and we created our own application using the WebRTC,
Hmm.
and we are selling that as a bunch of product right now,
Hmm. Very
where we are
interesting.
providing the yeah where we are providing the UCAS solution. In that, we are providing all the five platform application. Along with that, we are providing the portal where you can do the auto provisioning. Like, you can create the multiple tenants, and inside the tenant, you can add multiple subscribers.
Hmm.
And those subscriber can log in using the username and password, or they can log in using the email address or phone number using the OTP, or they can log in using the QR code scanning.
Hmm. Well, that's cool. That's
And yeah, and even though their application is kill mode or device is locked, still they are going to receive the voice call using the VoIP push notification. For
mm,
that, we have developed the VoIP push backend and dispatcher in the Camelio and OpenZips.
hmm,
So client don't need to make any changes in their existing infrastructure.
hmm,
They just have to point the application, and they just have to provide the SIP username password to this Camelio server, and Camelio server will manage the authentication.
interesting. Hmm. And so, well, what's interesting is that the move from SIP to WebRTC
Yes.
is what you said, and that's um, I assume that, yeah. So that's probably brought a lot of that makes a lot of changes and substantial changes. So, okay, well, yeah, I guess I'm really curious about the pros, cons, and challenges of going WebRTC versus SIP. Um, uh,
Traditional SIP.
right.
Yeah.
So if you were making an app, if you were working with a carrier who already has SIP servers, let's say, um,
Mhm.
as their backend, would you layer on top of that your what you just expressed to do WebRTC, or would you work with their SIP if they wanted to make an app?
We do both, like we do the WebRTC as well as we do the this SIP as well. It
Hmm.
depends on what kind of solution generally client need.
Hmm.
Let's say if they don't have the WebRTC gateway, either we provide them the gateway.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Well.
Or
All right. So
we,
let me.
we-
Mhm.
yeah,
you
go ahead,
you
go ahead.
you provide gateways. So I'll let me explain a little bit about us and ours scenario, and we'll see what we might be able to make meet. So mm, we are a marketing agency, but I consider us more of a tech company, and we do a lot with telephony. So we have several. We have a lot of carrier integrations, and we use asterisk servers. Um, Fast asterisks, but asterisks as a base. So ergo SIP is our primary, um, connection point. And we've done a lot of programming within asterisks to have dynamic IVRs, text to speech, speech to text, and events, and we trigger notifications, etc. Uh, and so more recently, we've come across developing our own. We were using an application called Acrobrits. Are you familiar with Acrobrits? Yep.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I have heard three customers who were previously using the Acrobits.
yep. And I'm sorry. Hold on 1 minute, if you could. Um, okay. Um, and I'm sorry. The I forgot my train of thought. I had asked you about the SIP versus RTC, and I explained to you that we have our own SIP servers. Did you have a question for me? Or uh, oh,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
you
You
were
told
saying.
me that you do know a couple clients that use Acrobits. So we had an application using Acrobits, and that's what we did, and it worked fine. But then something changed, in which we have to the thing that changed in the United States is text messaging became a lot more complicated for us to use with FCC requirements. So we had to switch to a new carrier. We've worked that problem out. Let's just say we have a new carrier, but we can't use Acrobits the way it was. We ended up making our own application, and we are very far along in making that application. However, the call flow is not perfect. And one thing about our team is we don't have anyone on our team that's done this before. So I started reaching out saying, hey, look, we've spent now the better part of 2 months trying to figure out how to make the call flow work. Um, so that's when I realized, you know what, and we think we've got it like better now, but I don't really like where it's at now. I still don't. And so um, the expertise of knowing, how a notification should trigger the app, of awakening the app, and the intricacies of when SIP should. Well, I wanted you to fill in some of the details actually, just to kind of express that awareness of taking on a SIP app. The WebRTC gateway sounds very interesting, but I don't think for so the fact that we're working with asterisks that it would make sense to switch to WebRTC, but I'm open to that possibility. But can you explain like your expertise in saying, hey, yeah, you know how to do the call flow for SIP? Can you kind of explain what a call flow looks like for SIP from your how you see it?
Yeah, yeah. So let's say for the SIP, how it looks like is like We are going to receive the SIP credential using any API or provisioning. So we are going to do the SIP username password, and we are going to get the SIP related domain. Then we'll do the SIP registration, and we make the outbound calls. It is going to send the invite. It is going to make the connection with PBX, and then it will be able to manage the calls using the SDK, whether it is WebRTC SDK or whether it is SIP SDK. So let's say if it is starting a call, there is a standard SIP flow, SIP transactions where it is sending the invite, reply with the 401 unauthorized. It has to again send the authorization along non-authorization along with the invite, and then it proceed to the next destination through the PBX server. That's how
Hmm.
it works. And in terms of WebRTC, instead of invite and 200 okay, it is doing the offer and answer in terms of WebRTC. So let's say right now you're using the STIC and you don't have WebRTC gateway, still it is fine because nowadays STIC has started providing the WebRTC support in latest versions. So you just have to enable the STIC related ports. It is, let's say, 4443 or 74443. That port you have to enable, and have to enable the WSS support in ST. You don't have to do any special thing for that, and
Hmm.
you can start using the WebRTC. And let's say if you are having multiple STIC server, let's say you are having limitation of the channels on STIC. Let's say one server can use the 30, 50, or 100 channels only, and you are having multiple STIC server. The solution is to add one Camellia or OpenShift server at the front, and it is going to do all the load balancing between the multiple S6 server. And this Camellia, you don't have to make any changes in your infra of S6. This Camellia is going to manage the WebRTC flow.
Hmm.
It is going to convert WebRTC to SIP and SIP to WebRTC. So you don't have to worry about this WebRTC flow in terms of if we are using the WebRTC using the Camellia or OpenShips.
Interesting. Um, um, Interesting. So essentially, Chameleon can do the translation to WebRTC.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here I'll tell you that. Uh, uh, I guess I have two thoughts. One is I want to talk a little bit more tech, but the other thing is I want to talk about the like how we can work together. Uh, so I guess I'll start with the how we can work together, um, and then the tech could go in two different directions. But how? We already have a team, and we've gotten really far along with. We've got our backend database, we've got our infrastructure. I've had most of the team members for both of those for a long time. We more recently have taken on app developer, and he's doing okay, but his time may come. Like he's taken us to where we're at here, but we're at an MVP. And by the way, once we get past our MVP for the next version, we see a roadmap for at least another year of development of improvements to making the app do more interesting things with some AI. But that being said, and not even AI, just by call filtering and things. But um, the reason we're looking outward is because we do not possess um, the call flow handling. Uh, okay.
Mhm.
So let me just mention that. So ideally, we would be able to have a Sheerbit be an extension of our current team, with however uh, uh, many people. It's funny. I'm actually receiving a phone call right now. I don't. Oh, what happened? Um,
No problem. You can answer the phone call.
you just lost your connection. By the way, have you ever
Yeah,
used Google look at property? Um, I don't know if you can see that, but it shows like a call flow. Why is the filtering on? Okay,
your screen is blurred right
yeah, it's
now.
blurry right
You
now.
let it,
Let me see if this is a person I need to speak with right now. Hi, Phoebe. This is Dave. Uh, no, I'm actually in a Zoom call right now, but I don't have too many people that connect through here, so I just thought I'd give you attention for a moment. You can call back if you possibly can later in the afternoon. Yeah. Okay. Sure. All right. Okay, Kaushik, thank you. All right, it's a telemarketer, but I actually answer every call, and I use my Google phone as an assistant, um, and it does a little dialogue where it says who's calling, and it shows me the transcription of who it is that's talking on the other side. Um, anyway, we have a back-end developer on Asterisk that's making that happen. Um, but that'll be a subsequent. That's not the MVP. In our MVP, we do need a expertise to bring our app, which we have a bunch of other UI stuff. We have a bunch of other functionality of what our app does. A critical piece is the dialer, and the receiving calls is currently our flaw. When we receive calls, we have uh, so the uh, oh shoot, I'm losing my connection here. Um, am I still here? Okay. Um,
Yeah,
okay.
you are still on.
Um, well, tell me an app that's sleeping and then it's awakened, uh, and we have complication of the call handling to be able to reject the call or accept the call, and allowing for multiple devices to potentially be listening, and any one of them could accept that. So multiple that are using the same extension. And that's not
Mm-hmm.
something we required necessarily, but it's something that we have somewhat embraced. So uh, we've got a couple of small flaws with that. Can you explain like some scenarios that you've encountered without getting into like, hey, this one thing's wrong, I imagine that you know some common things that don't work that do work. Is there differences between iOS and Android on these things?
Yeah, sure. So main difference when we are developing the application, generally SDKs are same. There is no much difference in implementing the SDK. But main thing, when we implement the background push, that's where Android and iOS is different. Let's say in Android we are using FCM to wake up the device. So whenever there is any incoming call, first of all server has to send this VoIP push notification to Android device. What it will do, it will wake up the device in the background and it will send the SIP registration on the server, and it is going to inform, it is like informing that I am available to take the call. After that st can do two things. Either it can observe the registration and send the invite after parking the invite, or they can they can add the some kind of delay. Let's say it is going to add the 5 seconds of delay, and after 5 seconds it is going to send the invite after sending the push notification. By the time this Android application is going to register in the background, so Android is going to receive the call and will be able to answer. Now in iOS it is totally different. Everything is being managed using the VoIP push notification, VoIP kit, VoIP push kit, and call kit. So what it will do, whenever we send any VoIP notification to server, from server, first of all, it is going to send the VoIP push notification to mobile application. After we send this push notification to mobile application, this iOS is going to immediately start the call kit, because there is some restriction in iOS. We must have to start the call kit if we receive the VoIP push. If you do not start the call kit for 3 consecutive time, then it is going to suspend the application, and user will not be able to receive any notification until and unless they uninstall and install the application again. So we must have to open the call kit and start ringing to
Mm,
inform the user that they are getting the incoming call. So now main thing comes over here. We need specific call ID whenever we are getting the VoIP push from the server, and we need the exact same call ID in invite as well to patch the call. Let's say initially it is going to ring the dummy call kit, and let's say someone immediately answer. By the time invite may not received on the application, so we have to auto answer that. If user answer the call in advance, then we have to do the auto answer of the call. In that case, we have to use the call ID of the SEEP invite and do the auto answer. So this is the difference how this VoIP push is acting in Android as well as
Mhm.
in iOS.
Excellent. Okay. Uh, that told me 80% of what I knew and 20% of what I didn't know. And that's fantastic. So that domain knowledge of that three times thing is excellent. Uh, so yeah, Parmar, I think you have the working experience that we need. And does this mean your team too? That when we work with you, that your team has all of that knowledge as well, or how could we engage here?
Yeah, so my team is also having the similar kind of knowledge. They know how WebRTC work, how SIP works. They know how to integrate. Let's say I'm sharing my screen
I
right
see that.
now.
Hmm.
There you can see one of our clients, just like you are having pain due to this another Acrobit soft phone.
Hmm.
Same thing came up to us. One of our client came to us. They said that they are using the Acrobit since last 2 3 years, and they had a problem with Acrobits. So what he told, like he wanted to develop the similar kind of soft font. So their users experience don't change, but they get the better solution. So
Hmm.
we developed this application for them. This is working on the web, desktop, Android, and iOS.
Amazing.
So four
All right.
platforms is working. It is also working for the desktop application. So here you can see, from here they can dial the number. You can see here it is dialing the video call.
Great. Oh, video call.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, it is doing the video call. Now let's say if I don't want to do the video call, what I can do, I can just disable this,
Hmm.
start video call automatically. And if I go over here and let's say I can make a call from here.
Extension 501. Hmm.
Yeah, I am dialing to extension 501. From there, I am getting a call on this, and I answer that call. See, I have a call, and this I
Great.
can change the audio output. I can see what is the network, what is the codecs
Hmm.
that it has used, what is the jitter
You get a
buffer,
good
everything I
connection.
can see over here. Yeah,
Hmm.
I can dial like this is the DTMF that I can dial. I can do the blind transfer. I can do the hold on hold as well. And let's say, let me call again. You can see I dial from there and I'm getting incoming call over here. Okay, let me
Hmm. Someone
maybe,
lost the connection.
I think someone else is also using the same extension. Just 1 minute. Let me dial a number and I. Okay. I received the call. I immediately answer the call. Yeah, that's why I have answered the call now. Let me share this tab. Your call is ongoing. You can see over here. And also you can see the call is ongoing over here. You can click over here and go back to the call, and also you can access it from here.
Excellent.
So these are the this is the almost you can say 80% of the things client wanted to copy from the Acrobits. and you can see, let me compare, let me share the entire screen so I can show you the complete details. Okay, I'm sharing my entire screen. Can you see it?
Yes, I do.
You can see that it is, let's say, desktop app. You can compare here the desktop application. This is the desktop application where they are providing the almost, you can see almost similar kind of user interface we have
Interesting.
developed for the customer, because
Interesting.
they were using their customer were using the Acrobat since last 4 to 5 years,
Hmm.
and they don't want it to change the
The
user
experience.
experience.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, we don't have
yes. So
that
we,
that requirement, but that's really really neat to see. Uh, I actually have another business uh, that might though. Uh, but let's put that to the side for just a moment. But I do imagine doing lots of great things with you, Parmar. By the way, do you prefer going to Kaushik or Parmar?
Kaushik is can you hear me?
Yeah, my connection I think is poor.
See,
I think it's me. I don't know. Um, but
yeah.
okay, so Kaushik, this is great. I am going to be chatting with Steve. I took some notes from this. How do you like to, let's say, presuming we move forward, which, what's the next steps? How do we, how do you like to consider the business? And then we'll have to have a lot of you know, I would say that I think I'm glad to see you've got this full functioning app here, and I'm very interested in having a discussion, like I said, for that in another context. For this context, though, um, we've got an app already, and we're looking to like tune up this SIP call handling and maybe take it in a temporary step to get it working
Okay.
because we want to get our MVP out. We need to get our MVP out like soon, and I think we're pretty close. We may need to tweak a few things, and you may recommend, hey, let's just do a whole different Camelio
Hmm.
and WebRTC. I would like to consider that for like a fast follow v 1.1. Um, so I guess what I'm thinking is that a contract with uh, a monthly contract with hours is probably suitable for the next few months. That would probably
Okay.
be ideal from our perspective, where we and just to be candid, I don't know how you work, but I would expect that within 1 month we're like deploying and live on our MVP, which means like within the first week, 2 weeks, there's a fast. You guys are working quickly to be able to get acquainted with what our app is and how it's working. We already have source code control in Git and Azure, but that would be ideal from my perspective. And then probably from what you've said, we would strongly consider let's change our whole flow here. Let's change our asterisk server to use a Camelio layer on top of it. Um, uh, because and just to be clear too, our scale is not. I don't imagine we'll have multiple asterisk servers. We have a couple thousand endpoints, um,
I
and
see.
they are not concurrently in use. They are very sparingly in use. We'll probably have a couple hundred calls a day. So
Okay.
so that's why I think it's adequate. But then so I do imagine a long-term support requirement and
Hmm.
continuous upgrades. Um, uh,
Sure.
so anyway, that's what I possess and what I think is there. How, is that something that we could put together?
Sure, sure. I can quickly show you one of our application.
Yeah, you've got it too, right? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Of course,
This is
everything. And by the one before was the web. Do you use the same web views in
web
your
and
application,
desktop.
or is
It
it a
was
native
web
app?
and desktop application. Yeah,
It
web
is.
and desktop application it was.
Okay.
Web and I can say it was web and Windows application. Now let me see if I can send this and join from the mobile. I can join this from the mobile and like share the screen. Is it possible?
Yes, you can.
Okay, fine. Let me join
It's
from the
whereby.com
mobile as
slash Dave's office.
well.
I only have a few more minutes in this available though.
Sure, sure.
Mhm.
I'll not take much time. Moment. Okay, I have joined. Okay, mobile application don't have share screen sharing option. Mobile app don't have screen sharing option.
Oh, it should. Um,
Uh,
is that it should offer? Oh, a screen sharing option. It may not. You're right.
fine, fine. I can show you directly over here. You
Okay.
can follow my screen. Okay.
It's
Let me
almost out of
know.
contrast. The contrast ratios.
Let me change it to the dark mode.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That is the preferred mode as far as I'm concerned.
You can see it now.
Hmm.
So this application is supporting the light mode as well as dark mode. And once you change it, immediately it is going to change.
Hmm.
You can see the call history over here. You can see the contact list over here. These are the contact phone contacts.
Hmm.
Now these are the enterprise. Second number is enterprise contacts.
Hmm.
Okay, and third one is a favorite. You can add the contact as a favorite, and you can directly access it from here. Now this middle one is a dial pad. You can dial a number from here.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you can see it is it hang up the call due to it is invalid number.
Hmm.
You can also you can also dial a voicemail from your own phone. Two and one old message. Press
Hmm.
1 for. This is a voicemail.
Hmm.
From here, you can do the chat. This is a kind of WhatsApp chat
Hmm.
where you can send and receive the text message. You can send and receive this kind of media,
Hmm.
image or video you can send
Hmm.
like this. It's almost similar
And
to
does that use
WhatsApp.
SMS and MMS, or is it
Yes, it
okay?
uses SMS and MMS as well. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can see all the PBX related settings where you can do the call handling. You can do the call forward if busy. You can do the call forward if not answered. You can also do the do not disturb and all. You can also block the chat, the people on the chat. So these are the kind of
Hmm.
features. Now here you can see one more. So we have developed almost 30 plus such mobile application. I can show you lot of different applications
Beautiful.
which are using
Hmm.
uh, one moment it will be
It's at that
you
contrast.
can see
Okay.
it.
Yeah. That's okay. That's doing the
Yeah,
OTP. Yep.
yeah I can
Yep.
I can enter the number over here.
Hmm.
I can click over here. It is going to send the OTP.
Hmm.
Okay, let me enter the I have entered the OTP over here.
But Parmar, look, I'm sold. I get you're totally capable of it. I am going to confer all of this, and I'd like you to potentially show some of this again to Steve, um,
Sure.
because, and we have, uh, so that's great. I wish we had met you a year ago. We could have saved a little bit of time here. Um, because we have a lot of the components that are there in our MVP app. Our MVP
Right.
app does a bunch of things other than calls. It does. We have So anyway, you'll become acquainted with that. We do want to have some assistance in getting this call handling, and then there may be a world though that we go, hey, look, all of the app, the UI, UX, we will continue to extend more things there, and
Okay.
so giving you your team, more work, not just on the VoIP side of things, because there's a lot with UI UX just on the VoIP side that we're not doing. By the way, I mean we do, but it's just not very good. But we've had a lot of other aspects of our application. We are an agency. We work with Facebook, Google, and we have aspects in the app that deal with those things that we've programmed obviously separately. We have our own mid tier for all of the data interactions, and so.
Mhm.
But I love the fact that you guys are narrowly focused on this, and I'd like to continue to see how we can grow a relationship and working together. Um, but just to kind of restate it, the app that we have right now is fully functional. It's good, but the SIP call handling the elements that you just went through uh, with
Mm.
iOS and Android, we're handling those. The strike three strikes and you're out thing is great to hear you have knowledge of. We do have honestly, we have stability issues. Like the app sometimes
Okay.
doesn't get a call, and then we have also we don't have a handling to be able to reject calls. Like you say, you to receive a call, you can receive it, but if you reject it, uh, that's not gracefully handled. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
if it reject, it should send the 480 temporary unavailable, or it can send 486
Hmm.
as a busy.
That's so
In
so
fixed.
that's fantastic. I'm glad you said those. Um, so that's something that our current we didn't know that, and so that's the sort of thing that we need you to jump in and your team to start working on.
Sure, sure. We are ready to start the work.
Okay.
We can have a meeting with the Steve, and we can
Okay.
conclude that once Steve is
All right.
available.
And so as far as that goes, our current uh, project for this, we're meeting 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. PST, which
Okay.
is an hour and a half earlier than this call was, or an hour earlier.
I see. Yeah, that is. This is fine. This is fine. We available for the meeting at this time or like before this time.
Okay. And then we have a chat channel that we like to use, Google Chat, Google Meet, or yeah, Google Chat. Is that work for you?
Yeah, that work for me. You can send me an invite at kaushik@celloip.com.
Okay. All right. Uh,
Can I chat message over here?
you can put about yes, you can.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we are
okay.
having two, Celloip.com, Sheerbit.com. We are having two companies over here.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put that in our thing here.
You can send me the invite on Google Chat on that.
Okay. Kaushik at Celioip. Celioip? Is that how you say it?
Celloip. Yeah, Celloip. Cell plus VoIP. Mobile
Celioip.
VoIP. Cell
Okay.
VoIP.
Yeah, got it. Cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, and then how do you like to see the engagement? What do you propose for your terms?
Yeah. In terms means I didn't get.
Terms, like how do you package, bundle, charge, invoice?
Okay.
Do you work for free?
No, not for free.
Nonprofit?
So how we work is like we work on a different model. First model is we work based on the project.
Mhm.
You provide us the task, we give you the estimation and timeline for the task, and we do the work. Second, where when there is no specified work, when there is no scope of the work ready, when we start the work, at that time we do based on the hourly rate. You provide us the work, we'll work on it, we'll provide you the timesheet, that how much time it took, where most of our time goes, and we'll provide you the timesheet on a weekly basis. So you can review that timesheet and you can approve the timesheet. If you have any question, we we will be available to discuss those points wherever you are having issue in timesheet. That is second approach. And third approach, we do the entire project from scratch until the release, and we give you again in the same. In first, we you give us the task. In third, we
Hmm.
do the entire project,
Gotcha.
whether
Cool. All
whether
right.
it is a mobile app or backend server or anything.
Nice. Okay. Uh, all right. Cool. So I think I want to get to three, but particularly for like I said, I have another need that you guys I think could do very well at with my ISP. But for this one right now that we're at this MVP on this project, um, the scope is very clear. That being said, I'm asking you to go into an app that you've never seen before. I'm asking you to look at code that you've never looked at before, and I'm asking you to work with it. I think that's going to have to be hourly. I just
Yes.
I can't even claim I've looked at the code. I'm a technical person, but I haven't gotten into any of the app code that we've made. I am familiar with our backend and our mid tier, and we have APIs. The app should be calling for everything. Um,
Mhm.
so I think an hourly approach with a scope defined, like, hey, this is what we need to have happen, and I suspect hourly is going to be the best way because um, you know, like I said, there's discovery and then continued work, and then I think it's going to continue that way for at least to the MVP and probably through some. Yeah, and maybe after that point, we'll say, okay, we're going to make a project here to go WebRTC. So what's going to be involved for that, and you guys can scope that out.
Sure.
Um,
Sure, we can.
so what? How do you propose? And then you provide us an hourly timesheet. I saw what it was on Upwork. I'm happy to be direct with you. Do you have, uh, if that's presumably the opportunity to take with you?
Yeah, I'm open for the Upwork or I'm open for the direct contract as well. I'm open for both.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me do this. I'm gonna get your email. I don't know if you noticed it, but Steve, and we're gonna complete this. And I expect to get back to you by the end of our day with
Sure.
how we'd like
Sure.
to take
That is,
things. Uh, and all right. Do you have any other? You have questions for me?
uh, not right now, but when we start, we may need some kind of a knowledge transfer of what exactly
Definitely not.
completed.
No.
No, we have to start from the scratch then.
You have to figure it out now. Of course. Yeah, yeah. No, of
Okay.
course you're going to have. We'll do that. I expect we'll do that in multiple ways. One is we'll give you a video saying this is what the app does and this is how it works and this is what we're at, and then we'll give you a video probably showing this is the code and this is where you get the code, etc. And then we'll have our daily meetings, our 3 times a week
Mhm.
meetings as well. So yeah, that's going to happen. You're going to have several of those. Yeah, I mean, I can certainly. So you'll have that for sure. Mhm.
Sure, sure, sure. That is also fine. Like we have developed a lot of
I can
things
tell
from the scratch.
you've got it.
We done.
This is why we're talking. You have the hands-on experience of knowing what to do here. There are dozens of other people who say the same things about what we're talking about in development and say a lot of the things that you just said. Not many of those have that working experience of having done it. And I guess you know better than anybody when you go in there and you actually do it, what should work theoretically versus what actually you have to do is different.
Yeah,
The
there is
three
a lot of difference. There is a lot of
the,
difference.
the one thing you said, like the three strikes and you're out on Apple, like no, how many people hit that and don't even know what's going on? Like you know. So this is I'm glad to hear you've got that. You've got lots of working experience there. It's a great expertise. We'll be doing lots of great things together. I'm pretty sure, Parmar.
Sure,
By the
sure.
way, where you're in Pakistan?
No, I'm in India. I'm in Gujarat, Ahmedabad.
Oh, okay, Hanbad. All right. I've been
Yeah.
to Jaipur and New Delhi,
Oh,
um,
I see. I
up in
was
the
there
north.
in last year.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I plan to maybe go again, but and maybe put Ahmedabad in my to do list. We'll have to see about that.
Yeah, you can add the Ahmedabad in your list because now Ahmedabad has take the speed in doing the growth. There are a
Hmm.
lot of real sector infrastructure
Hmm.
related development going on in Ahmedabad.
Hmm.
Also, they are helping the companies
Hmm.
or entrepreneurs to do the business. They are
Hmm.
also like preparing for 2036 Olympic. They like India is going to host the Olympic in 2036, and
Really?
it will be here, yeah, and it will be here in Ahmedabad. So
Oh my
India is
gosh.
going to, yeah, India is going to bid for that, and Ahmedabad has already started preparing for that.
Hmm.
Still there is
That's pretty
12
neat.
years, yeah, yeah, still there 12 years is left, but like
Hmm.
when they do the infrastructure development, 12 years is also like less because they have to do a lot of infrastructure development starting from here,
Yeah, of
and they
course.
are developing a lot of different sports related
Hmm.
they are developing a lot of sports related infrastructure so they can be prepared to host the Olympic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hopefully India will
Huh.
win the bid and they host it over here in Ahmedabad.
Oh, that hasn't happened yet. So it's just possible.
So
It's not complete. It's not 2036.
possibility. So what? Yeah, what countries has to do? They have to bid for
Yes,
that.
I know.
Uh,
I heard about that
yeah,
process. Yeah, but they haven't won it
yeah. They
yet.
have to,
So it hasn't won yet. I see.
they haven't wanted won that yet,
Hmm.
but they are
I
in
hope they get it.
process to
That'll
make
be great. Yeah.
infrastructure.
I
Yes, to
yeah, I
make
hope
the
so.
infrastructure, and like this Modi government is super confident about that right now.
That's great.
This Narendra Modi government, they are doing a lot of different things right
That's
now.
nice. And Kaushik, where are you at? Where's your space? Do you have an office space, a co-working space? Where?
Yes. No, no, no. We are having office space. We are having office at Ganesh Floor 11, which is located. It is actually near from my home. It is just uh, 5 miles away from my
Hmm.
home. So
Hmm.
this is Sheerbit
Oh, okay,
Technologies.
cool.
This is where we are located right now. This is here.
Nice.
We are having we are having office at 11th floor,
I see. Oh,
and
really? You're
here,
at the top.
yeah, you, you can visit our Instagram profile
Okay.
to know better about our office space. This is our office.
Nice.
We do little celebrations as well in
Hmm.
office,
Hmm.
so everyone gets motivated. Everyone wants to enjoy at the workplace. So
I love it. That's great.
this is our place where
Hmm.
we do. These are like
Hmm.
Celloip stuff, Sheerbit stuff.
Hmm.
They are
Hmm.
playing the games.
Hmm.
They are playing the games for the entertainment. We do generally on twice in a month, every Friday.
Hmm.
So they enjoy it. This is my cabin.
Hmm. Hmm.
The cabin that show here. It is my cabin.
That's a good view you've got.
Yeah, we like it is on 11th floor and like
Hmm.
it is having very good view. This
Nice.
is another one. We celebrated the Holi with our team members.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It is festival of color.
Hmm. Yes, I'm familiar with some of that. Huh.
This is our like
The
this is
Holi.
yeah, Holi. Yes,
Hmm.
correct.
Hmm.
You'll be able to find more information
I
about
will. Now that I
our
know it's here, this is really active. I'm glad to see it. This is really cool. I like the culture.
yeah. This is like a Garba event.
Hmm.
It is 9 days of Navratri
Hmm.
where they do the worship of the goddess and also they do the kind of dance
Hmm.
for 9 days.
Hmm.
It called Navratri, Dandiya and Garba.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we
I,
do this little kind of
yeah,
things to so everyone get engaged and everyone
yeah. I've been to a
enjoy.
wedding, and that's what I went to Jaipur for is a wedding, and it was a lot of those traditions. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, a lot of traditions they have.
Hmm.
These are our like VoIP related
That's beautiful.
marketing
All right.
and all. So we have developed a lot of different. And recently we delivered this for one of the big telecom of this Namibia. You can see this one MTC Connect. If you heard about the MTC, we have developed this portal for them.
Hmm.
This is programming portal where they can see all the calls, daily call logs. They can see over here. They can see how many external call, internal calls were there, how many total subscribers are there.
Mm-hmm.
They can create the multi-tenant solution from here,
Hmm.
and inside the tenant, they can create multiple subscribers over here.
Hmm.
They can see the online customers from here. Let's say right now everyone is offline, but let's say if I open my application from my mobile, let's say
Mm-hmm.
I'm opening the mobile application from here, then here you can see now one user is online now. See,
Hmm.
one is online, and that user is mine, Kaushik
Hmm.
P5002. Yeah.
Everyone's off right now,
So
huh?
yeah, we develop a lot of different features for like different telecoms, VoIP providers and all.
Hmm.
You'll be able to find a lot of information on our like LinkedIn and yeah, on Instagram and all.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, these all are kind of services.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for sharing all of that. It's really good, impressive to see the app, the business you've created, and I like having the opportunity to work with you and partner with you in making applications. This is really neat. Who have you worked with in the United States? Any? Is it carriers or what kind of services?
Yeah. So there it was a career as well as I worked with the VoIP provider who providing the call center related solution. They needed the VoIP application. In Canada also, I am having two customers for whom I'm developing the applications. As I said, since last 5 to 6 years, we are developing and keep upgrading their application.
Hmm.
So right now we you can see this ephone application
Hmm.
that is being developed by us. Here you can see these are the favorite contacts,
Hmm.
these are the call
Hmm.
history, and these are the contact phone contact.
Hmm.
From here you can dial the number. From here you can send the SMS or MMS.
Hmm.
Then you can broadcast the MMS or SMS, and you can schedule the SMS.
Schedule. That's
And from
good.
here, yeah, from here you can manage your incoming caller ID, outgoing caller ID,
Hmm.
where you are going to receive the call, what is going to be the E911 settings,
Hmm. Wow.
and so purchase the number from here. You can purchase the packages from here.
Hmm.
All such kind of features we have integrated in this.
Wow. Curious for the scheduled SMS, does that get scheduled and stay on the device, and the device triggers the event when it gets scheduled, or is it put on the back end and the back end takes it?
It's, yeah, it put on the backend and we do the cron, and based on the schedule time, it is going to send the SMS.
Hmm.
Until
Okay,
that is going to store on the server. So it is kind of store and forward method.
gotcha. So you could shut off your app after you've scheduled it. You could turn off your phone and it'll still go
Yes.
through. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, you can shut off the application and
it
the
still
backend is
works.
going to manage this.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just was clarifying. Excellent. Uh, and have you? Well, I'm just curious. Have you've gotten involved in that back end? You mentioned cron job, so you obviously are
Yeah,
familiar with creating those.
yeah,
Uh,
we do the end to end thing. We
you do
do
everything
the
full stack.
yes, we do the end to end things like
Hmm.
starting from the front end React.js
Hmm.
to back end Node.js, PHP, whether it is let's say whether it is Astic or free switch, we do all kind of
Hmm.
development over here. You can see contributor portal. This is based on the free switch. Here we have managed all the such thing. Let's say creating a client from this portal, we can manage those clients. We can manage calls and SMS related settings over here.
Hmm.
We can manage the subscription that
Hmm.
they have purchased.
Excellent.
These are the cards that they have added, and yeah, this is another one. Here we can create multiple tenants, and inside each tenant we can create multiple extensions.
Mm-hmm.
These are the PSTN or DID numbers. These are here we can manage the trunk, outbound route, firewall. We can manage. So all such thing can be managed from here. Let's say here we are creating a user. So let's say if we yeah, this is super admin. Now, let's say if you want to log in as admin, you just have to. Yeah, I'm just adding the user. So this portal is having three roles. One is first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first one is username. Sorry, first one is a super admin. Second one is admin, and third one is agent. So this is admin. From here, we can create multiple customers. Once we log in as a customer, we can create multiple extensions. And when we log in as extension, or we can say agent, we can make the outbound call. We can receive the inbound calls. We can send the WhatsApp business messages from the portal itself. We can do the chat. We can do the SMS. Lot of different options are there.
Excellent. That's a lot of good stuff right there. I could see a good continued pathway on many other things. I will most certainly be looking at that. Thank you for sharing all of that. So the request from our side then I think is what I'll just talk with Steve to say, hey, look, as far as the project type and working with you, I suggest on that basis we discussed before. So, hey, Kaushik, thank you so much. Is today your Friday that you're gonna having that you had fun in the office, or is it next Friday?
Today was the Friday.
Today was the Friday. Okay. Well, I hope you have a
Yeah.
good weekend, and thank you very much for going through all of that. I'm looking forward to our continued success together.
Sure, sure, sure.